Good day, Consuelo, and welcome to your Synastry reading. So what I'm going to do first is hide this ugly meeting control so we can get into this thing here. So first and foremost, your chart is represented on the inside, right? And Ontario's, love his name, by the way, is represented on the outside. So, what I'm going to be breaking down for you today is how your chart on the inside, how your magnetic frequencies, the energy you give off and take in, affects how Ontario gives off energy and takes them, energy of that you. Look, I messed up all my words. The energy that you send out in, right? So, from this, we'll also be able to tell what your past life connection is, what you're meant to know about your connection in this life. And then I'm going to take a look at this other chart, which is called the composite chart, to give you an idea of what the design is for the relationship. Because the composite chart is essentially the birth chart for the relationship. Where is this headed? What are y'all meant to do? Right. So I feel like it's the grand moment at the end of grocery shopping when you get to enter like your coupon code and see what everything totals out to, as opposed to this part here with the synastry is you looking at all the ingredients and what they mean. So let's get cracking, right? I'm going to start with your ascendant, your first house. This is who you are. And then I'm going to explain how each one of his energies affects you and vice versa. This is going to like be mind blowing. It always is. It's amazing. So your unique genius, which is your palace, right? That's in your first house. You always know what you need to do to organize some stuff. You're amazing at putting detail into things. Even sometimes you might have analysis paralysis because of this, because you like know how to perfect systems, right? He gets that emotionally. Something about his relationship with his mom, or if he has younger female siblings, cousins on his mom's side, they helped him get this sort of energy in that way. And because of that, he will always be emotionally comforting to you and the wild things you think of. And they might not seem that wild. For you, wild is like, I am going to cut some coupons and it's going to be amazing. And he'll be like, hell yeah, let's get them all with this energy here, because his moon is in his mind. So he'll express in words how he's backing you up and how he views you as a person in a emotional way, right? With his moon in your first house, he's very sensitive about you also, right? He is drawn to magnetically the way that you appear physically. Something about your natural beauty is what really drew him in. Now, over here, we have your second house. Your second house is the house of your values. This is your finances and how you earn money, and also you like your moral values, right? In this house, you have your series, which is how you care for others and how you need to be cared, particularly for you. Uh, you need somebody who understands your moods, like your darker moods, when you're not exactly in that place, uh, your trauma. And that is what you give to other people, right? The ability to understand where they come from and sort of give them some sort of clemency, or a safe space for them to talk about difficult things they've been through. Not so ironically, look what that's next to his palace, his unique genius, how he connects dots. So the things that he's found out about his family, because it's in his fourth house of home, you're going to be able to heal for him. There are going to be a lot of things he finds out about his family, like secrets and stuff that he didn't perceive during his childhood, but it's going to help him better understand his life, right? Because over here we have his Chiron, which is his wound. It's in his fourth house. Something about his family, and I'm leaning towards his parents' relationship or his views on partnership because it's in Libra, is the wound that he came to heal in this life. This means, in regards to you, he backs you up in your beauty. Because for you, with Libra in second house, the way that you look, the way that you dress, the way that you smell, uh, even are magnetic things that draw people to you. If you did not notice that before, he'll bring a light to that. Now, if he had had some difficult uh, things pinging off of this other planets, then it would be possible that he could hurt your self-esteem because he's nervous about how pretty you are in other people. But in this life, right, he is meant to go from his south node, which is his past life, right, where he did try to keep you from being beautiful all the time because he was nervous somebody else would steal you. He was emotionally and mentally abusive last life. I believe that that is why in this life, he's very sensitive mentally to what he says to you. Like if he says something that hurts your feelings, it's going to mess him up for days, because over here, past life karma, in this life, he is meant to heal what he hurt last time. And he's going to go from having this debt to you to clearing out the debt. and being somebody who actually adds value to your life and even possibly can help you financially. I see this is sort of a gift giving placement. Like he likes to give you compliments or money or random things just when he thinks of you with this going on here. So that's important for you to know also. For him in this life, he's going from being really out front in his career to having a nice home in his partnership. That's what he wanted. That's what he lost when you guys broke up last life, and he missed you afterwards. So in this life, he said, hey, can I sort of get like my past life wife back? And here we are, right? So next we have your third house. This is how you communicate, how your mind works, right? That is where your power is. With it in Scorpio, this makes you somebody who has been through dark things. So therefore you are able to acknowledge dark things. Like you can notice a creep, you can notice when somebody's lying to you. You can, even if you come around a child and you notice like that child has been touched or something like that, you just pick up on details that other people don't see. This is a part of your communication, and you're always learning, always thriving. This is right next to what he needs in order to heal, but also what he gives to other people, as this being his series, right? It is also his part of fortune. Y'all connect here. His unique self-expression, which is what his fifth house is. He used to keep secrets. And by this, he didn't share his thoughts with his family or anything. You transform that. Your Pluto is your power to change somebody. So you revealing yourself to this person allows them to finally open up to somebody else. And then once he shares his feelings with you, he moves into this area over here. This means that he will start to be like the guru, the philosopher, the optimist, somebody who stopped keeping secrets and started talking about their victories, their journey, what they've been through without the shame that might have been placed on them from the family that he came from. Now, over here, we have your part of fortune, which is in your fourth house, your family house. Your sprinkle of luck was your family. Maybe you had foreign family. I say that because it's in Sagittarius, family who were optimistic people, travelers. Religious could also be a thing, but for you, that helps ground you in some way, shape, or form. Now, over here, we have your Lilith, which means that maybe you are the person that's meant to break some of those religious ties in your family. You are advancing them to the next level. Over here, we have his Jupiter. So that says he is helping you grow this Lilith energy. Lilith is your dark feminine energy, the part of you that screams to be free. There are some family traditions that you came to break in this life, and he is going to assist you to do that with his ability to grow. And it really seems like it has to do with his job, his career, what he does to earn money that is going to allow you to step into this energy of becoming the person that you want to be without having to worry about any family ties or family financial obligations, or either what's the word I'm looking for? There's some parts of yourself that you hold back for fear of your family's beliefs. The stability that you get in the relationship with him is going to wash that away. So next we have your fifth house. This is who you are uniquely, like your creative self, what makes you an individual, right? Your Uranus, which is your ability to get lightning fast insights. Neptune, which is the marker for your karma, right? With you also having it in fifth house, this means that you're supposed to get your true love back this life. Then we have Juno. Juno is your soulmate marker. That is right next to his sun. He is pinging off of all of this energy for him being the guy that you had last time. Also, it's important for me to mention that there's something about business that really pulls you guys together because it's in Capricorn. Legacy, possibly even a family legacy, creating something that lasts beyond just your life here together. Now, your South Node is coming from his first house, right? Who he is in his family because it's in Cancer. Two, over here, Capricorn in his seventh house. That's his marriage house. So it would appear that you just were a part of his family last life, a very important part of his family. But in this life, you get to be wearing the crown as wife. There are definitely some past life issues here that have to do with trying to repress your femininity. But we'll get into that as I continue around. In this life, you're moving into right here, his Neptune. This is a karmic relationship. This also means that it has sort of like a glamour on it because you guys needed to fall in love fast because you're making up for lost time. Uranus, which is the radical change, like you change his ideas on partnership. And it's also something about this being a friendship. We also have his Juno right here, which is conjunct your North Node. What does that mean? Where you were headed is towards being his soulmate. I'm looking now to see a little bit. No, he's younger than you. So that's different. With the Mars over here in Aquarius, the drive that he needed or the piece that he was missing was somebody that was a friend first, or somebody that connected to him on a level where they understood his uniqueness. Because his Uranus being in Aquarius, he gets lightning insights in networking, in the internet and technology. You get your lightning fast insights and business ideas, what you need to do for your career, for your reputation. That means you both will be covering different ends of the same spectrum, which are working towards your legacies, and clearing out karma in regards to your relationships with other groups of people. Now, your Saturn, which is the contract that you have in this life, is to his mind. Isn't that great? Because there was so much third house energy. His Mercury, there's something about you that is bound to changing his mind about the idea of relationships and partnership and marriage. It really is like he was saving part of himself for you. He was going through all the other karma he had to in order to be able to get back to you again and get another chance. So he played out all the lessons that he had to balance out with other people before he got to that point with you. Now, with his Venus, which is how he loves, what he adores in females, in your sixth house, this means this is somebody who wants to help you on a day-to-day basis. And with it in Aquarius, he wants to help you anyway that you need help. With it in the eighth house, he is a, what's the word I want to use? A multifaceted lover, an experimental lover. This could also mean that sometimes he might start off his relationships with this desire to be like friends with benefits before he can get comfortable with trusting people with who he really is. And this just definitely has to do with the family that he grew up with, not understanding who he was, or possibly even feeling lonely as a child sometimes because he didn't have like a partner or a best friend or a better half them. But through this connection here, he will be popping up in your day-to-day life, just adding sprinkles of luck, sprinkles of love. Whatever you like, he loves. He's supporting it, right? Now we have your Saturn. I'm sorry, his Saturn. This is his contract. And where is that at? Your seventh house of marriage, the same as your seventh house of marriage, or his seventh house of marriage has your Saturn in it. This is binding. Saturn is the thing that locks things in. It has to do with your Capricorn energy because it's about your contract in this life, which connects to your career and your reputation. So that's two indicators on here of something seriously binding besides all the other connections here, which are obviously pretty dope. But this Saturn in seventh means you're definitely meant to be in a partnership. This could be business partnership. This Venus in sixth house, the sixth house is the house of your day-to-day activity. So this is somebody who's going to be around for the long term. Now, his son, I'm sorry, I said his, your son, which is your identity, who you are in his ninth house in Aries, you are showing him how to be his own person, how to be okay with his own belief system in the same way that I believe he is showing you that as well. Now, over here, your Mercury, right? And we were just talking about how your contract is on his Mercury because there were a lot of things that were about words and mental battles last life. He is healing the damage that was done to your mental in the last life through his vicious words. This guy was a businessman, business owner, very wealthy. Not that he did not love his wife, but the way he spoke to you was the issue and the thing that he wanted to come back and fix. In this life, you have Mercury in eighth house, so you actually had to deal with the ripples from other people. It could be your dad, just males in general, who may have triggered this wound for you as well. With your Venus, your value, your feminine beauty in his 10th house, right? For you, you are adding value to his work. This could even be to his literal pockets because it's in the sign of Taurus, but you are adding to his career. With your Mercury in his 10th house, you are like his mouthpiece, like you speak well about him to other people, and it helps spread whatever he's doing as a business. Like I said, this can be you guys both having separate jobs and you're just really supportive of each other, or y'all start to build a business together. But either way, you have a heavy influence on his career. And I want to say vice versa too. Where's your 10th house? He doesn't have anything in there, but his Mercury, or his Mercury energy is in your 10th house. So yes, no, the things he says to you, the way that he helps you sort through your thoughts, because sometimes you try to narrow them down so much that you just give up because you're overwhelmed with the fact that you're so good at details, and he's going to help you soothe that some. So there's nothing in your 11th and 9th house. So we can skip those. But over here, your Mars, which is your drive, your passion, is in the way that you speak, learning. And this is backed up by that Pluto in third because it rules Gemini. Your mind is your power, right? For you, you are triggering his 12th house. 12th house Synastry and 8th house Synastry are always heavy. You guys have both, but y'all are clearing old stuff in order to have a better connection in this life. So the things that you say to him could be very karmic. This could be you guys balancing stuff out between each other. So this means you could be very motivating to him when you guys are in private, because that's what this 12th house is. Things that are in isolation, things that have to do with the past life, things that are karmic, right? But this could also mean that you like cussing him out and stuff, and it's because he used to curse you out, technically. But this also means that you help his subconscious. You help drive his mind to think about things that he didn't used to think about, didn't used to consider, and it helps him with his communication, which was a wounded area. Now we have the Cancer here. That's karmic family stuff that he has going on in his chart. For you, your moon, which is your emotional foundation, Laya, it's right in his 12th house. What is that? Karmic family. Now, his Lilith, his dark feminine energy, right? Right on that moon. That means something about how beautiful you were, how smart you were, just everything about you being fabulous as his wife sent him into a tizzy. Like he realized that you were so great that he was nervous that anybody else was going to realize that you were that great. So he was really trying to shut it down. So this is just another indicator that it was a passionate relationship, right? Something that usually forbidden with this Lilith connection, something that was hidden. Probably the abuse was hidden, is what I'm feeling here. But in this life, it's his kink, right? He likes emotionally sensitive women, healing women. I hate to say traditional women, but it is somebody who likes cooking and cleaning and taking care of other people. That is really what gets him. And it's what he lost this life until he cleared enough karma to get next to you, because he did not appreciate it enough in the last life. Your Chiron, your wound, which is still in Cancer, look at that, right on his ascendant. So the more you heal that wound you have in regards to giving too much to other people is what's coming through for you. You lack boundaries sometimes. And this is not only with you giving assistance to other people, but sometimes you see what other people need help with and you involve yourself. And then sometimes you get drained. And then some other times people drain you. So you learning how not to get taken advantage of by your friends and family because of your emotional sensitivity is important also, because guess what? That's what happened with your relationship with him. And your Chiron, which is your wound, is right on his ascendant. So you healing that within yourself heal some of his karma. It's what he needs to recover from the debt he paid back in this life. So the last thing we have to look at here is this Jupiter, your expansion, your growth, your luck is in his first house. You see, it's not in Cancer, right? It's in Leo. You help him become the king he was meant to be. You help him get back on his throne after paying back his karmic debt for being like pauperish. Like he wasn't poor or anything, but he started acting real bad. So the universe took everything back from him so he could appreciate it. I mean, hey, can you be mad about that? So we are on to the composite, the piece we have been waiting on. What is the outcome of this relationship? What is meant to happen with it in this life? You see this Leo rising? This is about creativity, self, royalty rising. This is about you guys stepping back into your place as wealthy people, well-known people, because this moon in Leo means you used to be entertainers, you used to be royal, you used to be famous, and you were meant to be known for being just really fly people this time around. Like dramatically dressed, flashy, a beautiful couple, right? So your South Node is in Gemini. That's twins, right? But also within the 10th house, you used to be well known. And in this life, you're meant to be well known again, gossiped about, talked about, written about. And then you'll come home and enjoy a house somewhere far away from where both of you guys grew up, because this is about traveling, growing, expanding, trying out new territory for you guys. You thrive on doing new things together. With Virgo, at the end of your first house cusp, you're also healing your identity. Keep in mind that this chart is a representation of both of you together. This is like the baby, energetic baby that you guys make when your energies mesh. So you're a bit regal, but then a bit healer. With your Chiron in first, this means when you guys are together, y'all are able to talk to other people and help them with their problems, but also you're healing each other. Now, we need to discuss the second house for how you earn money. This is Lilith, your dark feminine energy, and Pallas, your unique genius. So you guys get an idea and y'all go after it as a team, as a couple, because it's in Libra. How do you guys grow and develop? Jupiter in Libra. This means learning together as a couple, how to expand your minds. This is reading books together, going to libraries, going to museums, just everything about stepping outside of what you guys learned as individuals from your family that you grew up with. This is you guys creating a whole new paradigm together, right? Stepping away from that sort of darkness, because here we got the Scorpio, which is where y'all started in the last life with that eighth house connection, right? But with Ceres here, the healer, y'all are healing that. Y'all are transforming. With Pluto and Scorpio in your fourth house, you are transforming that karma in order for y'all to end up over in the Sagittarius and fourth, which is the happy, the person who has overcome the storm. This is the rainbow afterwards. And that is where your sprinkle of luck is. You're part of fortune. When you live at least 2 or 3 hours more away from where either one of you came from, leaving behind the karma of the ley lines that coordinate with all this stuff from your past life. Now, nothing in your fifth house. So this means that you've already had kids. That's not really a big thing for you guys. If you do, that's great. If not, it's just really not a main thing for you guys. You want to travel and make money as a couple. Now, over here, your sixth house of daily activities. What do y'all want to do? Earn money. Capricorn, y'all want to work, create a business, make a change in your finances, make a change in your reputation as a couple, and be known as soulmates who make money together. This is big power couple energy. And most cases, y'all will be doing it randomly. That's because the internet is here. With Aquarius, technology is here. And Aquarius is the sign that sometimes y'all have a stable, I'm sorry, Capricorn is the sign that you're going to have a stable day-to-day life, but this Aquarius is the sign of randomness. So y'all will go between two different phases in your day-to-day life. This is not a couple that's about to get bored and stuck in one specific energy, right? But no matter what y'all do, understand you're going to be making money together. That's the main thing. Over here in your seventh house of partnership and marriage, that's your sun, your identity. Y'all are like two best friends, right? And that's what you're bound to. That's your contract. That is what y'all agreed to in this life, to get together in a partnership and expand and grow and contribute something to society. Now, over here, we have your eighth house. That's that transformation energy, right? You guys are working on your telepathic communication because it's Mercury and Pisces, learning each other's thoughts, understanding each other's feelings. But then over here with this Venus, right? Y'all are learning what your values are as a couple in a healthy dynamic. What do y'all want to try out? This means y'all will go between spiritual sex and then y'all will just start out with like BDSM and stuff, because you can't do that after what happened last time. Immediately, there's still some scarring there psychically, but y'all are stepping into trying out new things and feeling around the waters of emotional connections during sex, and then releasing anger, I guess. Releasing intense passion could even be the case here with this going on. So y'all would do really good with like tantra also. Now, the ninth house, this connects to your Sagittarius energy. So this is what y'all will be doing at home. With Mars in Aries, y'all are feisty, fiery, like I said, travelers, people dedicated to learning. But also you're going to be like learning at home. It feels like maybe you learn or you move somewhere that is uncharted, somewhere that y'all have never been before. So every day is an adventure. The peak of this life for you guys is being wealthy, having what you want in the world. Being stable also pops up here, but being known as great thinkers, people who share knowledge and information, people who improve life for others. This 11th house is empty here because it was empty in the other chart, but this is how you connect to other people. Your relationship is not so much about connecting to large groups of people. It's really about fixing what went wrong between the two of y'all and creating a stable foundation as a couple. So this was dope. I'm so happy to have this delivered to you. Can't wait to hear your feedback, sweetie.